This video is brought to you by WeGotSoccer.com, offering all the latest soccer gear at everyday low prices. Don't forget to use coupon code SR4U at checkout for 10% off any order. Hey guys, Josh from SoccerReviewsForYou.com, bringing you an unboxing video of a pair of Nike Tiempo Legend 4 in the ACC colorway, which is the blue and white, also known as Soar white. And I will get the bag out of the box for you guys, and you have a standard white string bag with the Tiempo logo in blue, as well as the Nike swoosh in blue. Then of course the blue strings. This is a bag that is included with all of the top end shoes from Nike. Obviously they match the colors of the shoes and will have the matching logos as well. I'll get the shoes out of the box here, get the box out of the way. And as far as this colorway is concerned, I'm a really big fan of this. This is probably my favorite of the ACC line, and for a couple of reasons. The Legend as a whole, I think, is probably one of the best looking shoes on the market. I really like the simple design, and that classic styling is something that I'm just really a big fan of. And the colorway is that it only uses two colors, which is something we don't see very much of anymore at all. A lot of the shoes coming out are featuring 3, 4, sometimes 5 different colors on the shoe. And it gets overcomplicated, but the simplicity of just having blue and white on the shoe as the two primary colors really does make for a very simple looking design, and I think it looks really, really good. I think a lot of you guys would agree with me. But as far as the Legend is concerned, this is the first version to feature the ACC All Conditions Control coating. Not a coating, sorry, from Nike. And as you can see, you have the logo on the tongue. Also keep in mind, ACC is only going to be included on the top end versions in each silo. So the Maestri will have it, the Legend will have it, the Laser will have it, and the Vapor will have it. All of the takedown models do not feature ACC uppers. But the Legend was probably one of them that made a lot of people very curious as to how it would actually feel in person. And I can tell you that it does feel a little bit different than past Legends. And as far as what that main difference is, the only thing that I could really tell from right out of the box, just from holding the two side by side, I can tell you that the finish on the leather section of the ACC upper seems to have somewhat of a textured feel to it that just was not there on the standard version of the Legend. So let me know in the comments down below if you guys would like to see a comparison video between the ACC Legend and the previous colorways that do not feature the ACC upper. Just leave a comment down below or leave a like on the video letting me know that you do want to see that. But as far as the actual changes in the upper, all you're getting is the ACC, which is kind of something that's permeated in the upper. It's not actually a coating like a lot of people have been saying, including myself. It's actually, like I said, something that's permeated in the upper. And a lot of people were concerned that it would have an effect on the natural material of the Legend 4, especially considering that this is the only natural upper from Nike in the top end shoes, featuring a kangaroo leather upper. And it's actually something that is in the dye of the shoe. So what makes the shoe blue is where the ACC process is happening, and that's what's going to affect the feel on the ball. The leather itself is not at all tinkered with and should offer the same kind of soft touch on the ball. It definitely does feel just as soft and pretty much exactly the same as the previous versions of the Legend. Just keep in mind that the finish on the upper is a little bit different, which I expected it to be. As far as what exactly All Conditions Control is, if you're not familiar with it, it's essentially a wet control element. So the idea is to provide the same amount of friction on the ball, or to provide the same feel on the ball in wet conditions as you would get in dry conditions. And I can tell you that it does work to an extent after using it on the CTR 360 Maestri 3, but it's not a super noticeable thing. It's not going to be a major game changer as far as I'm concerned, but it's nice that they did include it, and it's a technology that I think is very much welcomed for soccer shoes, and I would definitely rather have it than not have it if it was an option for me. As far as the Legend itself is concerned, it's a very, very comfortable shoe. Probably, I don't want to say the least popular shoe from Nike, but one of the least popular shoes from Nike, simply because it's not always that exciting. Generally gets those releases in black and white. So I'm really happy that kind of Nike released it in the blue. I think a lot of people will give it a good look because it is in this more flashy colorway. But the Legend itself is a really, really nice shoe. You have the kangaroo leather upper, which is featured right here. It starts right about here at this line across, goes all the way around the forefoot, and then goes right through the midfoot as well. And that is natural kangaroo leather upper. Really, really soft, nice and cushioned, provides that nice traditional feel. And then these side panels here all the way back to the midfoot are made of Kangol Light, which is a very soft material from Nike, kind of made to mimic the feel of kangaroo leather. The transition between the two is pretty much seamless, and you're not going to notice too much of a difference between the two. Really does have that soft, natural leather feel that I think a lot of people are looking for from a shoe of this type. You have a nice thin leather tongue with a nice memory foam pad running through the center of the laces, not only to reduce lace bite, but provides a really nice soft leather feel again on the ball, which is very important from a shoe of this type. Nicely cushioned insole in there, and then of course you have the suede heel liner, which only adds to the comfort and does a good job of locking your heel in place. As far as the stud pattern and sole plate is concerned, you have a fairly thin sole plate, which is why this is not an ideal shoe for harder surfaces, especially artificial grass, because the sole plate, while it will remain stiff from brand new, it does tend to soften up a little bit. So if you're going to be playing on surfaces where the studs aren't going to be able to dig in all that well, you're going to have some stud pressure issues. But given that you're going to be playing on firm ground where the studs have some wiggle room to dig into the ground, you're not going to have any issues with stud pressure. And the extra flexibility in the sole plate does make for a very smooth running experience as well, which I'm a really big fan of. As far as the stud pattern is concerned, you have your conical studs in the front with the two support bladed studs in the middle, and of course the bladed studs in the back. This is a stud pattern that you see a lot of pros going for on their Nike shoes to get this stud pattern put on, let's say a laser for example, and even the CTR, simply because it's a really reliable stud pattern and probably one of my favorite to use. It provides really good kind of lateral movement when you do plant your foot, and you don't never feel locked into the ground when your foot's planted, which is really, really important, but still provides a good amount of grip when pushing off. The studs aren't all that wide, so they tend to penetrate the ground pretty easily. But other than that, guys, that's it for the Nike Tiempo Legend 4 in the ACC colorway. I will have a brand new full written review for this shoe up on my website in the next couple of weeks or so. I'm going to get some time to wear these and write a brand new review with the ACC upper, letting you guys know what exactly the main differences are. And of course, let me know in the comments down below if you do want to see that comparison video between the ACC Legend and the previous model of the Legend. Other than that, guys, if you have any questions related to the video, go ahead and leave a comment down below. And if you are interested in checking out that review page right now, there will be a link in the description to the review page on my website, where you'll find the high quality pictures as well as buy it now links with the best prices online, including some SR4U coupon codes. So you guys can check that out if that does interest you. If you have any questions not related to the video, go ahead and leave that on my Facebook page. There'll be a link in the description of that as well. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.